Hey folks, Patrick Cooper here with another Three Songs Thursday series here in the Sunroom in New Orleans, Louisiana. The first song I'm going to do is a song written by Chuck Pyle. He was originally based out of Colorado. Really great songwriter, no longer with us. The song was recorded by Jerry Jeff Walker, which got Chuck some notoriety as an up-and-coming songwriter at the time. And Bob Merrick actually introduced this song to me. Bob is, of course, the fellow I've been writing songs with for years, and Bob introduced this song written by Chuck Pyle to me called Jaded Lover. Well, it won't be but a week or two, you'll be loving someone new. Must have happened 100 times before. I can see you've been fitting yourself into. It's a lonely stage we've been going through. Don't get up, I can find my own way to the door. And I can see you are an angel whose wings just won't unfold. Tune up your harp, polish your old halo. And the only kind of man that you ever wanted was the one you know you couldn't hold very long. You're sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Well, you may have had 30 lovers behind you, but I can feel you, but I sure can't find you. Seems you would have found your own self by now. But late at night, all your old lovers' tears come back. Faces in your dreams, fingers in your back, voices of memories crying out loud. And I can see you are an angel whose wings just won't unfold. Tune up your harp, polish your old halo. And the only kind of man that you ever wanted is the one you know you couldn't hold very long. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. What a joyous sight to see you in your sleep. Believe I'm leaving and I'm in too deep. Seems that easy enough for a man to say. But we could never agree if we talked all night. Things are getting heavy, traveling light. Goodbye, jaded lover, you undercover queen for a day. And I can see you are an angel whose wings just won't unfold. Tune up your harp, polish your old halo. And the only kind of man that you ever wanted is one you know you couldn't hold very long. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Well, you're just sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Great song called Jaded Lover, written by Chuck Pyle, recorded years and years ago by Jerry Jeff Walker. All right. This next one, I guess, is also kind of about a broken love affair that Bob and I wrote years and years ago. I know I've done it before, but I really like it. I even ended up recording this as just a solo effort, and it's on my Bandcamp page. The song is called Lunch Dates, written by Bob and myself. You don't have to say that you like me anymore. You don't have to pretend our love is not a chore. Lunch dates and telephone calls at work, wrong numbers, and responsibilities to shirk. But the doctor, him has got this crazy plan. He's gonna find out who I really am. I got a coat and a tie, briefcase on my side, and I got my shoe shine. I'm certified. I've got something I ain't never had. Coins in my pockets, I'm a college grad. Polyester knits, credit cards, and premium beer. Sons of bells, slacks, short hair, checks that always clear. Now I support the cause that I know is right, but if the cause is mine, I'm more than mine. Don't turn me in, I just bought a new car. Hey, where'd you get this shiny rock and roll guitar? Animosity, how could I forget indifference? Seems like we never met. So shake my hand and kiss me on the cheek, be my friend, and ask me to lunch next week. But the doctor still has got this crazy plan. He's gonna find out who I really am. Got a coat and a tie, briefcase at my side, I got my shoe shine, I'm certified. An old song written by Bob Merrick and myself called Lunch Dates. Okay. So you see a theme running through with evidently broken relationships. The third song kinda, I guess, is that, but it's actually funny. But before that, the shirt reveal. You can tell it says Admiral Bean Studios. And this is a great recording studio outside of Mobile, Alabama. And it's owned and operated by some friends of mine and a wonderful duo. The duo is called Sugarcane Jane. It's Anthony Crawford and Savannah Lee Crawford. And that's their studio where they're available for hire. And Anthony also is an amazing guitar player. And, well, not just guitar, mandolin, guitar, keyboards, bass. And he actually, in that studio, Admiral Bean Studio, took some tracks that Ron Thamert and I recorded live at a show where we opened in Shreveport for Sugarcane Jane. And he took those tracks and then took them to the studio and then ended up adding a lot of instruments in which he played, which ended up sounding like a full band. And it's my CD called Somewhat Live. That is available on Bandcamp for download and or actual buying of the physical CD. But anyway, if you need some work and you're out that way, or if you live on the Gulf Coast or even other places, contact them, and they'll make your album sound really good. Okay, this last song was written by Bob Dylan, and but it's kind of a somewhat obscure album cut from one of his early albums. I always got a kick out of this song. The song is called On the Road Again, and of course a lot of people are familiar with the Willie Nelson song On the Road Again. This is nothing like that. This is a song about a fella, obviously with a girlfriend whose family is problematic, and they're making him rethink his situation. The song is called On the Road Again. Well, I wake up in the morning, there's frogs inside my socks. Your mama, she's a-hiding inside the icebox. Your daddy comes in wearing a Napoleon Bonaparte mask. Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, why do you have to ask? Well, I go to pet your monkey, I get a face full of claws. I ask who's in the fireplace, you tell me Santa Claus. The milkman comes in, he's wearing a derby hat. Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, how come you have to ask me that? Well, I asked for something to eat, I'm as hungry as a hog. Well, I get brown rice, seaweed, and a dirty hot dog. I got a hole where my stomach used to appear. Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, I gotta think you're really weird. Where grandpa's cane, it turns into a sword. Your grandma prays to pictures that I've pasted on a board. Everything inside of my pockets, your uncle steals. Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, I can't believe that you're for real. Well, there's fist fights in the kitchen, it's enough to make me cry. The mailman comes in, even he's got to take sides. Even the butler, he's got something to prove. Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, how come you don't move? Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, how come you don't move? Then you ask me why I don't live here. Honey, how come you don't move? A very, at least I think, funny song written by Bob Dylan back in his baby years. So anyway, that's it for the Three Songs Thursday series. Oh, by the way, that song, the trio Cast Iron Cactus, we do that song. And, Mark Carroll and Jorge really flesh it out with some great work. Mark plays a lot of cool lead guitar on it, and Jorge does some great drumming. So I think we do a good job on that song. Do it justice for Mr. Zimmerman. So anyway, that's it for another Three Songs Thursday series. Thanks so much for hanging out. My name is Patrick Cooper. See you next week. Bye-bye.